Hello everybody, this is Camden and I just finished the first day of the Dragon Boat Festival holiday going on in China right now, starting June 7th, today, Friday, and ending on Sunday, June 9th. Now, a few days ago, I already tried my best to prepare you all and get you all ready for this holiday festival. There's so many things that you can pull from this holiday and bring it into your lesson to make it really exciting, build a great connection with your students and the students' family in many cases. So I literally went from A to L on the things that I want to go over really quickly that will help you to become a better online teacher, to get you more bookings, and of course, it's also going to add up extra in the bank account at the end of the month. So, number one thing, first timer advice for people who are new, or if this is the first Dragon Boat Festival that you've been a part of as an online teacher, is just to go all out. Put everything in it and make rice dumplings. Yes, if you don't know how to make rice dumplings, stop this video right now. Go on Google how to make rice dumplings, but you will need some kind of bamboo or banana leaf, and that might not be the easiest thing to get, but if you're determined, you can make it happen. And even if you can't do it for this Dragon Boat Festival, you could do it next Saturday or Sunday, because the rice dumpling, zongzi is super important. All the kids, I'm jumping ahead, so that's coming up, the zongzi part, the rice dumpling. What did I learn from today? Well, it's becoming easier to connect with students because I'm taking care of my life outside of the lesson. I'm exercising, I'm in the fresh air, I'm in nature, I'm getting the sunshine, I'm getting the relaxation, I'm doing the meditations, I'm stretching out, getting on the yoga mat, getting my heart rate up. And that's, as I've mentioned in that video when I was outside right here at the house, that increases serotonin, that releases endorphins, and that's going to make you happy. It's going to make you more excited, more enthusiastic. That's why I can teach 18 lessons today, and then my dinner is right here on the table, but I'm going to upload this video on YouTube for you because I got the energy, and I'm not going to just sit back and allow my life to just roll forward. No, I'm going to keep going forward with purpose and intention and a lot of effort. Put in a lot of effort with whatever you do every single day. Number 3 is, how much money did I make today? Well, I believe it came out to $6,000. So it was like right around $180, $200 in one day. So this holiday is going to get me over $500, most likely over $600. So during the holiday season, during the specific, there's different holidays. I'm going to make another video about the National Week that's coming up in October and how you can prepare for it, because the students are out one entire week starting in October. I believe it's October 1st. Have to finish my research, but it's a great opportunity. I'm just trying to bring the awareness of how your schedule needs to be fully open to get booked throughout the whole day during Chinese holidays, okay? Everybody who's been online teaching for a long time knows that the holidays are a wonderful time to open up throughout the whole day, okay? So you can get that extra dough and the extra teaching hours in, and to have more experience with new students or your regular students. Next, how many lessons? Already went over that. I did morning lessons, had a break, did one lunch lesson, had a break, and then from 3:30 p.m. I had one cancellation from a regular student, so that gave me even more time to kind of unwind and just get outside, have some conversation with, my wife and her family, and just kind of staying off the phone for that, a little bit of a break, and then boom, going right back into it. And it's great. As I mentioned, one cancellation today. How many students, this is what I talked about in the beginning, told you I'd come back to it. How many students had rice dumplings? The zongzi. All of them did, except for like one or two. They just didn't show me. But everybody today had the rice dumplings. Yes, you might meet a student who doesn't like the rice dumplings. It's just, everyone's different, But from the 18 that I had today, all the students had rice dumplings, and all of them but two showed me in the lesson. Their parents were actually like pushing the plate to show because they really wanted me to see it, and they wanted their child to encourage their child to show and tell it, and that's what a big thing I'm going to get to on the L, K, and L down here on this list. So that's why I'm always trying to tell you to have extra photos. I found some vegetable meat dumpling pictures, and I showed that with one of my one time a week regular student, and was super excited. Like, there was some noise in the background. She was a bit distracted. It's a holiday, and it seemed like there was a lot of, people in the house or in the room or whatnot. And when I showed her the dumpling picture, it went from like, a little bit scattered, a little bit to like, wow, it's so delicious. And then stay on that for about 20 seconds, and then boom, go right back into the lesson. And that way you get a little switch, and that keeps their mind fresh and keeps their mind engaged with what you're doing, okay? That attention span. You have to remember that. I've never said that on videos. You have to be aware of the child's attention span. That's so key. That's so critical. Okay, next, advice for Saturday and Sunday lessons. You need to look at different Chinese food recipes. Figure out which one is your favorite. Make the food in the morning, or make the food for lunch or the day before. Take some pictures of you making it. Take some pictures of the finished product, of the finished, whatever you're making, and save those pictures. And then you can show your student on Saturday and Sunday because, hey, it's the weekend, they're off of school, many of them have a lot of homework, so it's up to you to make that lesson really fun and interesting and different and original. And that's what comes up for my advice for upcoming people, for people who are doing trials, upcoming trials, is be original. And you need to have your own personal show and tell. So there's an endless amount of props that you can use. You really can. There's an endless amount. So it's important for you to understand what you really like to talk about, what you're really passionate about. And as I've mentioned so many times in videos, I've shown what I've done in my class, and I've shown different props and things that I like to do and show. And then you can pull complete sentences from that, yes and no questions from that. So you've got to learn how to use what you have around you and how that can enhance the lesson, and if the student likes or doesn't like it. And then for the next student, you keep collecting like a database of things that the students like and don't like, okay? And be creative, and the most important, just be original. Don't focus on what all the other teachers are doing. Focus on what works best for you, what you like, what you're passionate about, and whatever works best and what is effective in the lesson for the student. So if something works, put a little check by it and see if it works again for the next lesson. And then again and again and again. It's trial, experiment, and success. Okay? In the next 3-4 things I'm going to cover very quickly is why you need to know this really important Chinese figure in Chinese history, Ji Shi Huang. Ji Shi Huang. Now, this person, I don't know the full story, but under this dynasty is when the Great Wall was started. And I can't say guarantee because nothing in this world's guaranteed, right? But every time that I've said, 鸡是黄, they're like, what? Like, you know 鸡是黄? I'm like, yeah, he started the Great Wall. And they're like, yeah, teacher, it's this like this surprised look on their face, and I can pronounce it correctly. So that builds a whole new layer of connection with your students, and that's just going to equate to them becoming a regular student, most likely, and having more bookings and lessons with you and more great experiences for you and the student and their family too, because their child is learning English. It's such a valuable tool, and it's essential now in the modern world, and it's so important for them to know and to be fluent as an English speaker, because if they can do that, just like in a lot of different countries, there's more opportunity, okay? And the parents are putting a lot of money into their kids' English education. So also have that in the back of your head and have some respect for that, right? So what I'm going to do in this video, in the description, I'm going to provide a link for YouTube Chinese kids stories. It's what I used to listen to. I've mentioned it this past week about I'd wake up in the morning, put the earphones on, and just listen to it, repeat, and then the tone got in the rhythm, and then I started to know the stories, and I even showed one clip of the story to one of my students. This was 2 years ago, and they loved it. They were like so surprised. As I've mentioned again, it's making your student feel very welcome in the lesson. That's another key right there. So I'll put that link in the description so you can click and check it out and listen to some great, fun Chinese kids stories, and it's all in Chinese. And then I want to remind you all from Neil deGrasse Tyson. I just really love this quote. I love quotes in general, but I haven't been really staying up to date on my quotes. But I just remembered this one. I want to share it with you guys and keep this refreshed in your mind when you go throughout the day. And just remember this. There's no better education than one that is self-driven, right? So you've got to learn how to... I just put it this way. I remember when I was living in Orlando, Florida. Now this was when I was like, 23, 24, 25. I was teaching English as a foreign language in Orlando at Berlitz, the Berlitz Language Center. And on Friday night, I would teach from 6 to 9 every night, except for Saturday and Sunday. So when I'd finished my lesson, there was this like temptation of, let's just go out, go downtown, go to the bar, like I did when I was, in my early 20s. And then something started to click, was that not only did I really, really enjoy teaching students from Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, Central, South America, and then sometimes had some European students at Berlitz that would come through, and even some students from Saudi Arabia. And when I would leave there, I would just be so happy, and I was like, man, this is kind of like I felt like not in a sad, lonely state, but like a feeling of like, I should not be scared to discover my true potential and not to follow what everybody else is doing at my university or what people are doing my age. And let me just go home and get on the YouTube and start looking at videos and content that inspires me, makes me more intelligent, makes me think about the world differently, makes me a better human being, so that when I wake up tomorrow morning, I feel great about myself, okay? So that's what I'm talking about when an education is self-driven. And the last thing I'm going to tell everybody to do is, and I'm going to start saying this again and again in more videos, engage students and parents to bring a book next class. What's your favorite book? What book do you like? Do you have an English book? Sometimes I get them to share their Chinese book and try to pull, what is it about? Is it about a girl, a boy? Sometimes they can't answer it, and then I just, move on. But I'll pull as much as I can. Some of the students will show me their Harry Potter book, that's in Chinese, you know? So whatever you can do to try to get the lesson more engaging so that you can set it up for the next lesson. So just a quick piece of advice. Hopefully that will all help. Day 1 is over. Day 2 is tomorrow starting at 7 a.m. my time. And don't forget, if you want to get TEFL certified, if you want to start teaching English as a foreign language, and if you're looking also for accommodation, you know, while you're traveling, in my description have a lot of helpful links. And if you guys have any questions, be sure to let me know in the comment section. And everyone who is interested in the online TEFL video coaching from me to you, thank you all, and be persistent on this. And I'm just hoping and wishing the best day ever for you, for everybody, to make this world a better, safer, more peaceful, and a more unified place. And that comes through strength. Okay? So, in character. Everybody, have a great day. Signing off Friday night. Time for me to eat my dinner, relax, unwind, and maybe get a massage. That's the great thing about Thailand, and I just love the culture here. It's wonderful, and if you guys have any questions, let me know. Have a good night. Adios, amigos. Toda es pura vida. Pure life. Adios. And stay happy, stay healthy, and right here, stay wealthy. All right. Good night. Buenas noches.